Hello, my name is METİN. This is fifth part of explanation of my physics theory. For all light clocks, absolute time, whether in motion or at rest, relatively. Once upon a time, the light was a ping pong ball, which was running on the Pythagorean triangle, the one which was named the gamma, born to fuse and to curve the space and the time in minds. Sometimes human beings reason like themselves by using unquestioned complicated prejudices, which are so basic in the root. Michelson-Morley experiment is the whole skeleton of accepted physics since 1887, which has been tried to bear the whole body of 20th century physics and still tries to. According to my theory, there are absolute simultaneity, both meta-sensation, perception, matter reality, universal reality, and subjective reality, which I define, and the light is the bridge between the two reality. According to my theory, the velocity of light varies depending on its source velocity, relocating direction and orientation, and exceeds the speed of light constant in the opposite direction of source relocation. The structure of Michelson-Morley experiment is not capable of measuring the speed or the velocity of the light. And it cannot help to find out what's going on, the deep in the context of light. On the other hand, the speed of light or velocity of the light hadn't been measured directly up to now. I showed what was unseen and can never be seen by the Michelson-Morley experiment, and what was not and what is not understood by accepted physics. In spite of the Michelson-Morley experiment aimed to determine the effect of aether on the speed of light, the aether, which has been taught side by side and intertwined with the existed things, had been erased then. But the accepted results of this experiment were that the speed of the light doesn't depend on the source's velocity and relativity of simultaneity. These were the costs of expelling a ghost idea from the corpuscular world still being paid. According to my theory, the velocity of the light varies depending on its source's velocity, relocating direction and orientation, and exceeds the speed of light constant in the opposite direction of source relocation. Except for this, the speed of light is not the speed limit. I have predicted with my theory and my formula the speed, which is 6.3 times greater than the speed of light, which is measured as if apparently inside of M87 black hole. My theory and my first formula, which determines a linear velocity of 6.3 times greater than the speed of light, etc. And I told where our measured constants are rooted in. I have put forth two formulas for wavelength and wave velocity of successive waves of moving light sources according to my theory. One of my formula is D equal C minus velocity of source multiplied by cosine alpha. Another one of my formula is lambda alpha equal lambda n normal lambda minus delta lambda cosine alpha. You remember? Now we start the light clock. What is light clock? In open space or in closed wagon or closed missiles, as you see in every sample? Yes. This is our light clock. This is light source. It begins to propagate the light. Okay. This is not closed. You know, here, another sample. A closed room or wagon, a source, start propagate, and light go upside, then go downside, okay? In the context of this, my formulas are valid, but case different. In the context of open area, my formulas are valid, but the case different. Now, in the context of this light clock system, where is a stationary state person, A? Here. I will put on here. This is A. Okay? A. Sitting there. According to my theory and my formulas, there are 3 steps I will explain. I will try to explain. I will start first step. This is first step. Okay. Here, another step, second step. And here, third step. First step, second step. Third step. Okay? You see. I hope you see. Okay. I beg your pardon. A is in motion state. Okay. Where is C? Another person. Where is C? Here. C. Okay. he is or she is at stationary state, at rest. Yes. Now, action. This system starts to relocating in this direction, according to my theory, in 0-degree direction, okay? Okay. Now, this is source, light source. In this direction, remember my former video, from my former video. In this direction, light speed d, light velocity, in this direction, the wave's velocity equal c minus v. And again, in this direction, lambda alpha equal lambda n minus delta lambda. I will not repeat, please have a look at my former video for explanation of these. And it starts propagating wavelength here. Okay? While propagating, okay. Now, when system comes on the sea, in that time, this is last photograph. In this direction, lambda n and d equal c. Lambda alpha equal lambda n and d equals c. Okay. In this direction. But before that photograph, this is process. When this box come on here, light, wavelength, which velocity for this, and while here, which velocity for this, okay? Because of they are going together, in that photograph, at the speed of light, from here to there, the light will be right here. Okay? In just that point. And wavelength alpha equal lambda n, normal lambda, no shift, okay? This is tick of light clock. Okay. This tick at the same time for A and for C. For two of person, it's not important whether at rest or in motion. This tick, another expression with another expression, this tick with another expression, from this source to this reflector, arriving time same tick. Because of they see the tick in the same time. Okay? Now, what about time? Going on. Okay. This is reflector. Secondary source. Process is going on now. Now, this is source from now on. Okay? In this direction, velocity of wave, remember, will be c minus v. But while going there, okay, here, we saw tick, okay. Now we will see tap. This is secondary source. Okay. Here, 90 degree. This is C. This is A. But when it comes that point, see here. Okay. From that point to C. Okay. Think of reflector source relocating at v velocity. From this point, this is 90 degree, and here say alpha 1. Okay. Because of this box, when comes here, this box, from this point to C, what is the velocity of wavelength, d, And what is the wavelength? D will be equal c minus velocity of source cosine okay, here. Remember, 90 degree source, okay. Total angle, 90 degree plus alpha 1. 90 degree plus alpha 1. It means it exceeds the speed of light because of 90 degree plus alpha bigger than 90 degree plus. Okay. Another point like this, we say this, another point of wave from here to C. Alpha, different angle, plus 90 degree, greater d, greater velocity of light. Okay. And larger wavelength. Here, think of like the motion picture, film, movie. Okay. Light adjusting itself. Okay. Adjust itself. Light, velocity, and wavelength adjust in this motion picture. Okay. Again. Respect to C. Here. Another. Okay. Finally, here and there. Okay. Ninety degree, 90 degree. 90 degree. Here. Through the C, narrower angle. In here, through the C, larger angle. And greater velocity, narrower angle in here, smaller velocity, and through that last photographic point. point here. Okay, last photographic point. Through the C, D bigger than C. Always here. From this point through the C, D bigger than C. And we say D1, D2. D2 bigger than D1. Okay. And lambda alpha 2 bigger than lambda alpha 1. And that last time, say for angle lambda 3. Okay. From here, 90 degree plus alpha third, we say. What will be D? D will be in this direction. Yes. I can erase here, okay? Now in this direction, okay, D equal C minus D equal C minus velocity of source cosine 90 degree plus third alpha, okay? And wavelength larger than that. Lambda alpha equal lambda n minus delta lambda cosine 90 degree plus alpha, third alpha. In that position, remember, this is, remember, reflector source, 0 degree, okay, here. This is 90 degree here, this direction 90 degree, 0 degree here. Then, here, last photographic line here for A, okay, we use 90 degree. D equal C minus source velocity cosine 90 degree equals 0. Because of that, from this point to A, D will be equal C here in this direction. In C direction, light wave velocity D, this direction, bigger than this. Because of that, we say dA for A observer, dB for I beg your pardon, dC for C observer, dC greater than dA. Okay, c, don't confuse, equal velocity of light. And lambda for these wavelength from here to there to A, lambda and, I beg your pardon, again, lambda alpha equal lambda and minus cosine 90 degree. This is 0. No wavelength shift. Same. Lambda alpha equal lambda. This is from this point, while this motion picture process is going on. And last photographic picture, light will be arrived at the same time to C and to A. Okay, before that point, you cannot understand anything. No arriving, no light arriving. Okay, I told you. Now, for A and C, tick is actualized at the same moment in that photographic picture, and in that photographic picture, tack actualized in same moment. In same moment, light arrived here and light arrived there. Because of velocity of wave is greater than velocity of wave of this direction, which wave is going on